I did just restart or something.
We're not live yet.
Yeah,
Don't worry, I'll get it up. I'll get it up. Don't worry.
Heidi, let me look. Let me help you.
I'll get it up. Don't worry. That's not that kind of get up. I'll get it up.
I don't understand what's happening. This is
What is this? It's quite a day, eh?
It's not this prosecution.
Yes.
No, that's not us. This is us. This can't be us. This can't.
We look like that in the same life.
Welcome inside the locker room.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather around and get up off your seats. Look for 5 people. Slap them a high five and tell them, yes, this is the hottest
When you
locker
start
room
going to
show
church,
on the planet.
slap them
No,
a
no,
high
I'm
five.
trying to give
That's
you.
a church
I'm
song.
trying to give you accolades now. See, now you've broken the flow.
Okay, sorry, sir.
But it's so good. So we have the one, the only, delectable, the awesome, the amazing, the fantastic Tega in the studio, and the crowd goes wild. Timmy, you're not screaming. Nobody's screaming. What's going on?
I can't believe Temi is not screaming. Temi, I'm going to expose you to the public. Good morning, Lagos. How are you
Morning,
doing?
Tega.
Yesterday, yeah, Frank Lampard survived a something.
I
And it was
know.
Iwobi that did it. Unfortunately, Iwobi suspended for this Ghana game. Which kind of life? Iwobi suspended in the limped off. God, I beg Ghana people, free us, oh, free us, free us. Anyway, we'll get to that
It's
later.
our village people. What can we do? And also we have Dr. Rose this morning joining us. Good morning, Dr. Rose.
Good morning. It's
Good
good
to
to
see you
see you.
Dr. Rose has been very, very active on social media because we've been on our case. But
No,
it's
no,
all
no.
good.
She's present on social media.
Exactly,
She's
that's
not-
the
We can't say
word.
she's active. Let's just say she's present.
But it's baby steps, eh? Baby steps.
Baby
Yeah.
steps. All right, you
You're
guys can be a part of
growing.
our conversation. We're streaming live on YouTube, so head on down to our page. It's youtube.com/smooth981fm Lagos. And also, please send your messages to us on our WhatsApp platform 0809-444-0981. So let's give you details of what we're going to be discussing on the show today. So Brume eyes historic medal as world indoor champions begin in Belgrade. Also, we're going to be talking about Nick Kyrgios. He apologizes for outburst after loss to Rafa Nadal. Also, the Abu Dhabi controversy didn't erode fans or didn't erode the trust, basically, says the F1 CEO. Also, Mikel Arteta lashes Premier League fixture as they pile up. Also, we'll be talking about Barcelona. They look for proof for progress against Real Madrid, and we'll be talking about Inter Milan as well. Inter must turn the corner or risk falling behind the title race, and also Zouma faces prosecution, which is such a sad news. Faces prosecution over abuse of cat video, and also going to be talking about the Chicago Cubs owner. He's delayed the bid to buy Chelsea. And a number of other people want to join the race, but we'll talk all about that extensively as well. So let's start off with the first one, shall we?
All right.
So the Olympics long jump bronze medalist Ese Brome is seeking to become the only third Nigerian athlete to win medals in all 3 global athletics championships, including the Olympics. Now, Ruth Osoro, the other Nigerian competing in the long jump event at the championships, will also be seeking a memorable debut.
All right. So Ruth Usoro was one of the athletes that went to the Olympics, and she wasn't allowed to compete because she didn't have her out of competition dope test done. She had some because she was running for high school, but she didn't have some done as a Nigerian athlete.
Oh, wow.
So she was one of the newly drafted athletes that Nigeria took to the tournament but couldn't compete because of that. So she gets her opportunity to start with the indoor championships in Belgrade. So really great one for her. Fantastic athlete. I've known Ruth Osoro since she was maybe 14. She was one of our earliest LIS grant recipients. Yeah, so fantastic young girl. She's in school in the US, so I guess she's going to bring back performance for Nigeria. For Ese Brume, though, she hasn't competed since last year, so she's a little rusty. And then we are hearing that Ivana, the gold medalist, is going to be there. So, so it's a little tricky for us. But Ese Brume has her outdoor championships. She has the Olympics. So maybe she'll
We're
get the
hoping
indoor.
that she gets
Yeah.
this one too.
So she doesn't necessarily need to win gold, but just get a podium
Medal,
finish. Yeah. Just get a podium finish. So that's
All
what we're
right.
looking at. So we look to see them. As usual, a lot of women. We're waiting for the men. Kayode. When you have your August meeting,
Don't worry,
please
when
have
we
this conversation again.
to start with, just so you know, we just talked about the Nigeria Ghana win. We'll redeem ourselves when we play that match. We win that game, amongst other things. I'm just saying.
Okay, you start your campaign from there. Okay, we are waiting for you in front.
Okay, let's talk about Nick Kyrgios. So Australian Nick Kyrgios apologized for losing his temper after his defeat at the hands of Rafa Nadal at the Indian Wells and for smashing his rackets into the ground and then bounced and nearly struck a ball boy. So the ball boy was able to duck out of the way and Kyrgios was then booed by some of the crowd following the 7-6 5-7 6-4 loss to the Spaniard Nadal on Thursday. Now, a quote here says, "I just want to apologize to that ball kid." At the end of the match, Kyrgios wrote on Instagram, it was a complete accident and I was frustrated at the end of the match."
Okay, so it was a highly anticipated match. We knew we were going to see a lot of character, and Nick Kyrgios had
You didn't
brought the
disappoint us.
entertainment back to us. Entertainment with the crowd, with his nasty behavior. So it was really interesting. It was a match he could win. He's won Nadal 3 times on the big occasions, not even on the small tournament. So he knew he could win, and even the score could tell us that it was just, if he was a little attentive, he could have won that match. So he threw it. Okay, he was winning in the first set, and then I think he lost it a break point, and that was when everything changed for him. It was like Nick Kyrgios has gone back to the old Nick Kyrgios. We thought in 2022, after
He has
the
found a way to
Australian
control
Open,
himself.
he's found a way to control
now that he has
himself.
won Grand Slam.
Yeah. So, but I mean, so Nadal fought back. I mean, and then in the tie break, he lost. I mean, he had a penalty. He was a heckler again in the crowd, got him mad again, and he lost the point. In the second set, he fought back and he won the second set decisively. I mean, it was a tough one, but he won comfortably. Now they were 7-3 in the third set. Again, another heckler, and then he went off. But my point is this: these hecklers have, if you don't want to come to the stadium, go home and break your TV. Why come to the stadium and make people who are
Maybe
really
they just
working
wanna
hard?
catch fun. You know how you
I
go to the
know you want to
movies
catch fun,
and you just
but those guys are actually working hard.
I speak
All
on
the same.
behalf of the hecklers.
I'm not done yet. Hold on. All the same, everybody has different level of mental fitness. The mental fitness of Sharapova when she was losing to Serena Williams 15 times, no, she's mentally fit. She can handle it. But not everybody can. And so you have to respect
so build
people's...
your mental fitness too.
I was going to say, look, at this point, hecklers did not start today. These people are making it look as if hecklers came in last year. People have been shouting in the crowd since. And it's
getting worse.
It's not getting worse. It's the same thing. It's just people are getting a little too
Fragile.
let me put it this way. We are more not a little too. We are more socially conscious, and
Yes.
it's not making for stronger people. That's my own. Everything has its pros and its cons, and it's not making for stronger people. That's the way I see it. And they've been heckling people since. Nick Kyrgios is not part of it. I think Nick Kyrgios' real problem is that they have certain people will be shocked. But Nick Kyrgios is so talented. And he's just not bringing the result because of the ingredients that make for success is not talent alone. You need to be disciplined, you need to have structure, and he doesn't have those two things. But if it comes to genius tennis players, Nick Kyrgios will get on the court without training and he will
you
beat
win
some
the
people.
match. Yes.
Yeah. So in Nick Kyrgios' mind, Novak Djokovic and Rafa Nadal are not players that can beat him. He's proved it by beating them without them beating him. So in his mind, Nadal was easily beatable. What was making him frustrated was that Nadal, even when he serves, he plays Nadal out of the park, Nadal will find a way to return
the
it.
ball,
Because Nadal
yeah.
was like, I can't believe this guy is going to beat me over and over again and I didn't get one. I think that was Nick Kyrgios' frustration. It wasn't even as much. The crowd was just an addendum. But it was the frustration that, this Nadal, I've been beating him now. Why am I struggling today like this? That was it.
Nadal came prepared. That's all.
Yes.
And Nadal was saying, I cannot lose to this guy again. It's not happening. One more time, it's not happening.
Yeah. But
Because
Nadal-
if he beat Nadal, he'd be like, I told you, I could have won the Australian Open if I just trained a little. The Kyrgios won't let us even shut down Third Mainland Bridge. So, I'm glad he lost, sir. Let me not lie.
Okay, let's talk about what's happening with Abu Dhabi. So Formula One chief Stefano Domenicali said that the controversial end to last year's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix had not eroded the trust of sports fans as it prepares to embark on a new era this weekend season. The opening in Bahrain, basically.
Yeah. So if you have been following the news, F1 starts in March
Coming into
and
March.
it is March.
Yeah, you're so
practice
excited.
sessions will be up soon on your screen. So Gano, I'm not telling you the channel because they didn't pay for advert. But you know where to check for them. Bahrain is ready and the drivers are ready. So what the fans are waiting to see which cars are fastest, and that's what the
season.
practice session will kind of give us an insight too. But Dominicali coming out to say that fans trust hasn't been eroded because when they held a meeting, all the partners were there. Of course, the partners were there, the promoters were there, the broadcasters were there because they've put money inside. They must get their money out. They're not there because they trust you. They're just there because they've invested and they want to see that their investment is there. It was not like, oh, we've sold out and so the fans' trust have not been eroded. Trust me. Sometimes people show up at your events not to support you, not because they're happy with you, but they're there to see if something happens, they'll be the first to carry your bad news. So don't always think that just because people are present that they are for you. No, it's not true. Even your enemies are at
your
your
event.
biggest celebration.
Correct,
Yes, now.
yeah.
Your enemies are at your award ceremony, they're at your birthday parties, they're at your wedding ceremony. Don't think that everybody there is your friend. Some people
wow.
are just there for the rice, some people are just there for the gossip. So let me just educate Dominicali now. But I'm sure he knows better. The fans are already questioning what happened, especially after Abu Dhabi. And the fact that now that reports are coming out, it's just clear that Lewis Hamilton was cheated out of an 8th title. Whether you come out to say it or whether you don't come out to say it, your reports have already said it. So I think he should stop trying to do that cleanup. It's not going to work. Just focus on the work of having a brilliant new season. That's all he needs to do.
That's all. That's all. Okay, 0809444091 is where you can send your messages to. Got a few messages here. This one from Tayo. Tayo says, all this doping left and right and center is just confusing. What's the updates on Blessing Okagbari? And also he says, speaking of hecklers, imagine if there was one on this show. How's that for comfort?
I'll tell you, Aja, let me explain to you. There are hecklers on this show. Make no mistake. When you wake up in the morning and you question my expertise, that's heckling.
Wow.
And I sleep. Yeah.
Actually,
And
is-
that's
is
heckling.
Yeah,
That is simple. And Tayo, they are on this show. In fact, that thing you just did now is heckling. So, just so
wow.
you know.
Okay, so this one from Ronson says, good morning, guys. Are you shocked about Nick Kyrgios, his attitude? That's his usual self. Timothy Victor comes in to say, good morning, guys. I don't understand why Wilfred MD, one of our key players, is injured. Wait. Something in me tells me that this Ghanaians are up to something, but it won't work. So like joke. Ogenyi, Olarinwaju, or Nazi will not make the list. Now, wow.
We'll make the list, he's saying.
Okay, we'll make the list.
Because again, he's on standby.
Yeah.
And so if you're
Yeah.
looking for a player that will fit that position, Ndidi not injured. Ndidi, come, let me lay hands on you. Ndidi, come. Let's pray
Wait,
together.
is there another person that can play that role?
No worry, Ndidi's not really injured. Let's say that they took him off for precautionary reasons. That's our story.
All right. Okay, so let's move on to our next story. You know what? Let's go on a quick break. When we get back, we'll do some more talking. Don't forget, we're taking messages up on our Twitter platform as well. This one just coming and says, from El Kadrogwa says, all we want in Chelsea is a very rich sugar daddy. We don't want American owners. They ruined Arsenal and Manchester United. On that note, let's head on to that break.
You just know, so you know that Liverpool has American owners,
yeah.
and they are not ruined. But we'll come back to that after.
We're back after the break. Stay with us.
It's taking Liverpool time to actually grow.
Yeah. No, it's on YouTube. I'm reading from. That was a YouTube message. Yeah. So
Yes, you said
Casey,
Twitter, but
I'm always standing because
Yes, why you always standing?
I like standing. I don't like to just be sitting down. I'll sit down when I live here. I will sit down.
I asked you that question today.
I like standing. I don't want to sit down. I sit all day. So except you have a personal chiropractor waiting for me, I will be standing.
This
That's
guy,
it.
this is the future of tennis.
Say again.
This guy, I give him 2 years.
I think so.
Rafa Nadal wanna be.
Yeah, he's exactly. And
Be yourself,
and they're
Fatares.
playing
Be
together.
yourself.
They're gonna play.
Yeah, they're going to play against each other. And then
semi-final.
he's going to capitulate in that match and say, I was playing against my hero.
No, it's really Rafa that I wanna be.
He said, Rafa Nadal wanna be.
This everything.
I have
everywhere.
not, I have no, I'm not impressed. I'm not even remotely impressed.
But if he's consistent and disciplined.
No, so the thing is, he's very hardworking. You can tell, and he has a sprinkling of talent. Tigger. God, I'm going to be a harsh coach. Yeah, he has some sprinkling of talent. Yeah, but he's hardworking. So I think that could take him far. But he really, in his mind, there, Nadal reborn. That's who he thinks he is. He will not play against Nadal and not crumble.
Yeah, of course. You have to let your mentor win.
No,
You
why?
have to
mentor.
win.
You have to beat your mentor for
Not the
good
first
mentor.
meeting.
No, every meeting.
No,
Say,
you have
Oga,
to.
that's your crown. I'm taking it.
No, you have to let him win.
Thank you, tell me.
No,
The
be-
very first meeting, because if you don't beat in that first meeting, you
He
are,
has
you
no
are,
rest. Yeah,
you forever
Yeah.
be under
Sharing,
captivity. Are we back? Okay. you forever be.
You're always my boy.
because you really don't know how many times you're gonna play him.
Exactly.
Anyway, so that makes
Better
sense.
beat him the first time you meet him. The next time you meet him, when he sees you like this, you're like, beat him, put the fear of God in him. But this one, he'll now losing up and say, I was just so happy to play against that.
That's what you will say now.
I'm not really impressed by all these next
gen people.
Nadal, next Federer.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Be yourself. Once you're next somebody, you're obviously set up for failure.
Okay, we're ready?
Baby fed. That's why he never made it.
Okay, it's still the locker room right here on Smooth 98.1. If you just joined us, you've missed a ton of good stuff. But the best part is we're streaming live on YouTube, so you can always catch the show again. And also, you can, leave a comment now on our WhatsApp platform, 0809-444-0981. Time for Maja comes back to say, heckling is different from criticism before I'm banned from contributing to
No,
the show.
Tayo, we don't ban people here. We heckle right back.
Okay, Ronson wants to check your Google, man. Says spell heckling. All right, that makes sense. Okay, let's get back to our stories. This one here, let's talk about Arteta, shall we?
Yes, let's talk about Arteta.
Okay, so Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta lashed out at Premier League bosses on Wednesday over a pile-up of fixtures his side faces as it chases the first top four finish in England's top league since 2016.
Okay, so Arteta comes up and say after they lost to Liverpool 2-0, that the shadows are uncomfortable for them, that it's tough. I'm like, boss, you've been
Didn't you
sleeping
know
since,
that?
so you didn't have much.
Exactly.
So you should have been preparing.
There was a time they didn't play for like 2 weeks or
Yes,
3 weeks.
so
Yeah.
I'm wondering why he's complaining. And it's not like he has a lot of injuries in his team. Everybody is almost fit. So why the complain? I just think it was just a fallback mechanism or something to give the fan a reason to talk about the small performance they had over the week against Liverpool, so that they don't talk about him or how he didn't set up the team right for the match. So he was just trying to divert the topic, but the shadows are meant to be, and I think it's easy and it's winnable if they play well, but it's a tough one because everybody wants to finish in the top four. That fourth position, you have about 4 teams vying for that fourth
Maybe 5
position.
right now.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe 5, but it's really a tough one. But Arsenal have to stay focused. They're the only team among the rest who are playing in the only tournament. I think only them and Tottenham are only playing in one tournament, the Premier League. The rest have other tournaments, so they have a chance to actually win in. On points, they have a good advantage. They have, I think, 3 matches yet to be played, so it's winnable. But they just have to.
Wait.
Well,
I like the way you say it's winnable. They're still playing Chelsea.
well, yeah.
Notice I did not say they're playing Chelsea. I said
But
they're playing
Chelsea, we don't know
That's
who's
a
going to
different
buy
level.
Chelsea right now. So Chelsea is they're just trying to put
Exactly.
their off-court things behind them.
Yeah.
But it doesn't
So
still
that's a
mean it's not
different-
affecting them.
That's
What
a
if they
different
don't?
motivation? That can bring out the
best in the
the
team.
fight in you. Yeah, so they're still playing Chelsea, they're still playing Manchester United. and they've
Man U is
struggled.
not a team.
Yeah, and that's what we say until they meet Arsenal.
But
It's
they know what's up.
it's on top of Arsenal.
They used to shine.
They used to shine. So it's a tough. So it's not that they're winning. Their matches that are in hand are not necessarily, like I said when I was counting all the Liverpool, the Chelsea, it doesn't translate to 3 points on the board, even on paper.
Yeah.
So the only thing that they will still be ahead of would still be Manchester
Man U.
United. But you have to remember that Tottenham too have had 2 games in hand. They played against Brighton and won their own game
Yeah.
when Arsenal was losing. So it's that top four is not set. It's not cast in stone.
It's not, but it's something that they have. They can win anyway if
I
they
agree
want
with
to.
you.
Yeah, because
they can win if they put in the work. So,
yeah.
All right, let's talk about Barcelona. So, Barca looks for proof of progress against Real.
Yeah.
So the Clasico on Sunday will likely have very little bearing on the current season after either Barcelona or Real Madrid. For either Barcelona or Real Madrid, but it should be set. You should set the tone for the next one, basically.
Yeah. Pretty much what it is. The El Clasico is this weekend, and I know people say, well, the El Clasico has lost its shine. It hasn't, especially with Barcelona playing the way they're playing and their revamped squad. So all the transfer that they had since Xavi came in, and that transfer has been delivering. Oba still scored yesterday.
Yeah.
Just for good measure. So yeah, Barcelona has made it through to the next round of the Europa after defeating Galatasaray in Galatasaray. They couldn't do the job at Camp Nou, but they did the job when they needed to do the job. However, those new pieces have delivered. Ferran Torres scoring his own goals, Pedri, such an amazing player, and he scored a wonderful goal, even if I think half the problem was that the defenders were just poor. But it was an amazing goal regardless. So the team has been delivering, but now they come up against leaders in the La Liga. I think there's 15 points
Gap
between them. So yes, mathematically is doable, but realistically you have to say that ship has sailed. However, they have to play for pride now.
Yeah.
And so once they meet each other on the pitch, we're going to test this new Barcelona metal against the championship, the potential champions in Real Madrid. So it makes for an interesting fixture this weekend. And again, what makes it even more
Interesting.
tilted towards Barcelona side is that Benzema, we are not sure if Benzema will make it because Benzema is injured. Benzema has been the goal guy for Real Madrid. So let's see how that
It's been the icing in the cake.
yeah. So really tough one for the El Clasico. I mean, it's an easy sell for them, but it's a tough one for Barcelona to come and say, okay, we want to show you that we have really arrived. So that's where the real
they shouldn't
test is.
even try that.
They have to show that they have arrived.
Because they're not 100%.
So yeah, they should dash them the 3
No,
points.
they should play, but don't overhype the game. It's not what it is now. This is just like I said, the story said it's a stepping stone to future El Clasico that we expect it to be.
Okay, let's open phone line.
Let's hope
Are you
that-
are you with Dr.
Actually, I'm
Rose?
with Dr. Rose on this one.
Open phone line. So who's with me?
014489981. Barcelona doesn't have the players like they used to. I mean, when Messi and Ronaldo played in El Clasico, people look forward to both of them. Not just, and that was one of the things that carried the El Clasico itself.
No, El Clasico before when
I'm
Messi
saying,
and
I
Ronaldo,
know,
El
I'm
Clasico
saying,
was.
I'm saying,
El
I'm
El
just-
Clasico
is
has
and El
always
Clasico forever
been
will
like-
be.
I know, but I'm just saying that even those players, the depth of players they had made it better.
Okay, so let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello,
Good
Ronson
morning.
and Dr. Rose, what's up?
Good morning. Thank you.
All
All
right,
right.
nice one, Ronson. Thanks for calling.
Thanks for calling. So still call those numbers.
014489981.
Who's with me? Who's with me? All
Okay,
right,
should
let's
we
take
talk
some
about Instagram?
messages.
Okay, let's take some messages then. Okay, so quite a number of them. This one here from Fred Polo. Fred says, my sister, how can you say Arsenal's performance against Liverpool was dismal? Is that your own definition of what we watched?
Heck class.
Cut them. some slack. They performed well. The result didn't go their way.
Okay.
Okay, and Ima comes in from Ojibwe. Ima says, if you're given a basket of bad fruits with one good fruit in it, isn't the basket still full of bad fruits? American owners should leave Chelsea alone, I beg.
Okay.
And Chimo Victor says, Tega, truth be said, Barcelona are really playing well. We never saw that turnaround coming with the way they started the season. But against Real Madrid, they'll be thrashed 3-0. Hala Madrid.
Everybody's with Dr. Rose. I'm leaving the
Telling
studio.
you, Hala Madrid. Zizi Classic says, I'm optimistic Barcelona will defeat Real Madrid.
Yes,
this
this is
week."
classic. Yes.
And El Clasico is still El Clasico. Nothing has changed as far as I'm concerned. All right.
Good.
All right. Okay. Let's get back to the stories, shall we? YouTube. Okay, LK Derwa comes and say, Arteta is ridiculous. Arsenal don't even play in Europe. What's he complaining about?
Thank you.
The fixtures. I mean, if he doesn't make the top 4 ahead of Manchester United, we are here to bat. All right.
Okay, then, well, thank you. We are here to bat. All right, let's go to Inter Milan. At least this classic is with me. Just Barcelona can do this thing,
We'll see.
and they should do it.
We'll
Inter
see.
must turn the corner or risk falling behind the title race. Now, Inter Milan are still firmly in the title race, but they have to start finding a way to win when they're not playing well. Like their main rivals, AC Milan, they need to keep up the pace with the Serie A leaders.
All right, so let's take this call first.
Hello, good morning. Fine, good morning. What's your name and what's your location? Okay, Jay, talk to us.
Uh-huh.
All right, nice one. Take care.
Nice one.
Okay, I don't even know that filling station address. You just knocked me
Please
out.
don't wait for us at the filling station, I beg. Wait for us somewhere else, somewhere that is not traumatizing. All right, let's take this Inter Milan story. So this weekend is very important for Inter Milan, and it doesn't make it any easier that they're facing Fiorentina while AC Milan is facing Cagliari. So it's a tough ask because they haven't won in recent games and they have dropped that mantle. At first they were pushing and it looked like yes, this title was still they were going to find a way to retain the title. But in the last 2 games they haven't picked up the pace. And AC Milan on the other hand getting the results that are needed. And this weekend,
minutes,
yes,
times,
but they're still getting the results. But for Inter Milan, AC Milan is doing the job. And this weekend they have an easier fixture in quotes. Juventus also have an easier fixture. They face Salernitano, but Inter Milan have to face Fiorentina, who are 8th place on the table and have some brilliant footballers and play sometimes brilliant football. So a tough ask, but it's something they have to do. They know what they did last season to win the championship.
Conte.
They just have to do it again. Find a way to do it this time without Lukaku, but just find a way
And
to do
Conte.
it. And Conte.
Okay, so let's talk about Kurt Zouma. So West Ham defender Kurt Zouma and his brother Johan will face prosecution under British animal welfare laws after a disturbing video circulated showing Kurt slapping and kicking one of his own pet cats. Now, the animal welfare charity, the Royal Society for Prevention of Cruelty of Animals, took 2 cats belonging to Zouma into care following the incident.
So yeah, on Wednesday, this is update now. People thought that they had forgotten Abby. They don't forget. So Kazuma has been playing his football, having fun, trying to help his team. And then on Wednesday, the RSPCA just announces that they are going ahead to prosecute both of them. So Kazuma for the action and his brother for aiding and abetting by filming the action and laughing and
I'm
posting it.
really curious. I need to know the kind of prosecution that he would face. I just really need to know because
look, whatever it is animal rights abuse. Yes, and there are consequences for action. Now the actions. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, but he's apologized. Yeah, you have taken the cards. There's nothing wrong with that." But there was an action. And that action brings consequences.
No,
and I know a lot of people say
mind.
for cats, but it's animal rights abuse. If you like, call all the perfume people and all the cream people that you know that abuse animal rights. Zouma, they called Zouma. That is how they say it. It's the person that they will catch that is the
They will
thief.
make a scapegoat.
So at the end of the day, it's just sad. Yeah, Zuma's brother aided and abetted because he recorded the show. He was laughing. He was enjoying it. It's not like he was trying to stop Zouma. So if he was trying to stop
his
Zouma,
career has not even started.
if that one is his career has not started, it's kind of over.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's kind of over. So it's a sad one, but yes, let's see what they'll do. I'm sure they take into consideration the after effects, but what can I say?
All right. Well, Emeka is asking no news from Greenwood, but for cats, we make it louder.
No, you have to read
He
it. He
has
said
to
no
take it.
news of Greenwood's rape case, but for a cat, let's make it louder now. Wow. But the thing is, as long as the authorities keep coming out to give us updates, that's all the only updates we can read. So far, from Greenwood's rape case, they're still investigating, they're still putting their case together. From the RSPCA's animal abuse case,
It took a while. And
they have come out to say, okay, we're going to go ahead with the prosecution. So
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. But you can find our analyst up on social media. You can find Tega on Twitter at Tega Supreme. Okay, so take up that conversation there with her, and let's maybe extend the conversation of what's going on with Kurt Zouma. Maybe, just maybe. And also, you can find Dr. Rose on social media as well at
Dr. Rose Udeji.
Dr. Rose Udeji. I will tweet it.
Not Twitter, Instagram only.
Okay, Instagram. Okay.
One at a time.
Baby steps. Lagos, there's more to come for Lagos Talks 91, where you get to talk to us. So please join us in a few more minutes. That's at 9.
say goodbye, everybody. All right.